Hi, we're looking at this practice worksheet. I'm just going to do a couple quick examples for you. Let's start with number 4. It asks us to put this in standard form. That means I have to arrange the terms according to the highest degree to lowest degree. So the highest degree here is this power of 3. So this is going to be 5x to the power of 3. And now I'm going to use the next lowest degree, and that's going to be the x squared, so that's negative 4x to the power of 2. So 3, 2, this has an invisible 1, so that means my next term is minus 2x, and then the constant term without a variable always comes last. Well, that now makes this next part much easier. What is the degree? That is the highest exponent. Right here, highest exponent. Our leading coefficient is a 5, and what sign does this 5 have? Has a positive. So now before I do this, I usually draw a little mini graph, because if my leading coefficient is positive, it means I'm leading a positive life, and that means I'm heading towards infinity. Because I have an odd degree, I should have written odd here originally, because I have an odd degree, that means my two ends are opposite. So my sign of leading coefficient is positive. That means as x approaches infinity, I go to infinity. In fact, these two answers always are going to line up. Then because I have an odd degree, this answer will be the opposite of this answer. Let's look at one at the bottom. Now when I do these matching at the bottom, I actually look at the graphs after I look at the functions. So I'm going to look at a function and find the matching graph. And I'm going to look at number 10. So what I want to know for number 10 is, what is my leading coefficient, or what is my degree? My degree is 4. That's even. So both ends are going to be the same. Then my leading coefficient is negative 1, and that's negative. So if I were to draw a little mini graph, because I have a negative leading coefficient, I know that as x approaches infinity, I'm heading towards negative infinity because I'm leading a negative life. And then because I have an even degree, then over here, I must also be heading down because the ends have to match. So now I'm going to go up and look at the graphs, and I'm looking for a graph where on both directions we're heading towards negative infinity. Well, I can see that's happening for letter B, and it's happening for letter D. So the question is, which one is it, B or D? And I'm going to have to use some elimination. I might have to look at one of my other options. And what happens is, if you remember, number 7 was a quadratic, and a quadratic has to look like a parabola. So this one had to look like this. So number 7, which we already did, had to be letter D. So that means the only one left for number 10 would be letter B. Hopefully this was helpful.